Are you struggling with your ADHD student? Tired of getting daily or weekly calls from the school? Are you sick of getting advice from your family and friends? Well, I want you to know that I understand. Your innate parenting skills works for 95% of students, but your ADHD child is in the other 5%. So they need a different approach. So your student needs a positive reward system to motivate them to do the things they need to do to get them through school. After all, the school learning environment is opposite of how ADHD students learn. The teaching in school is 90% listening, and ADHD students learn by seeing and touching. The StressLess with ADHD program will help you get your student on track with many tools. One popular tool is a simple school behavior chart where the student grades their own behavior, the teacher signs it each day, and the student is rewarded at home with daily privileges. I like to describe students with ADHD as hippies. Live in the now, baby. And so every day is a new day with them. Therefore, long-term rewards or consequences do not help ADHD students. So if every day is a new day and they miss their reward today, then they can try again tomorrow. However, the key is to make goals reachable each day, and StressLess with ADHD teaches you just how to do this. The workbook, handouts, and charts go along with the effective, easy-to-use video. So download the program to receive help today. Guys, people that play soccer, there's a lot of kids that play soccer that have ADHD, or they develop it because of hitting the ball with their frontal lobe, the prefrontal cortex. Have you thought about that? You could do a QEEG on a kid that's been hit several times in the head. Do it before they start soccer and then after, and you're going to see some inflammation there. It's just like having a head injury. That ball's pretty hard. When somebody's kicking that ball and it's going all the way across the field and they go, poof, all right? So think about that. Tell your child not to use their head in soccer, okay? Or in baseball. Here's the symptoms of ADHD. You have hyperactivity. These are just more defined here for you. Fidgety, leaves seat, runs around the classroom. That's usually more, third grade and under. You see the kids running around. You have excessive chatter, disruptive, inattentive, distractibility. The inattentive type, we're going to talk more about that. Those are the ones that are missed most because they're not hyper. And they don't have as many social problems either. Difficulty staying on task, disorganized. You have impulsiveness, impatient, blurts out responses. You guys have those students too? They blurt things out? Now, fat. See the bottom there where it says fat? We're going to do a little skit. So I need I actually need 3 volunteers to come up. All right. Now what we have here is we're going to have a 4th grade scenario, and we're going to call, what's your name? Nikkei. Nikkei has pigtails. We're going to pretend she has pigtails. Now, what are pigtails for? Yes, they're for pulling. They're really cute, and they're actually for pulling. Believe it or not, it is a developmental milestone. If a boy never pulls their hair, they're not going to go past that developmental milestone. They're going to get stuck right there. Why did you do that? I mean, how many times do I have to tell you not to do that? Now there still needs to be a consequence for it, but let's just don't act surprised or make them feel like they're weird or something. All right. So Nikkei has pigtails, and Freddie has ADHD. All right, not really. I mean, I don't know. I probably should be careful about just saying things like that. It's so funny. I started working for a hospital years ago, and this new secretary came in, and she made some kind of joke, and I'm like, "You're crazy," and she goes, like that, because I'm a counselor, and she's thinking, "Oh my gosh, how did he figure that out already?" All right, so we have Carter here who does not have ADHD, and Carter gets a great idea, very creative. It's never been done before, right? Pulling pigtails, right? Oh, I got a great idea. And he tells Freddie, "Freddie, wouldn't it be cool to pull Nikkei's hair?" So go ahead, tell him. All right, so okay, and then Freddie, we're going to freeze his thought response. All right, now let's say over here, this is the feeling side of the brain. Let's just hypothetically, all right. So he gets the feeling, which is the impulses come out of emotion. So he gets this feeling. I want to pull. I think it'd be cool to pull Nikkei's hair. So he mentions it to Freddie, but his thought process is right here. He's going to use the frontal lobe, and he's going to process one of 2 things. You tell me what you think it is. All right.
No, it's going to be fun.
Would it be right or wrong Or is the teacher looking? All right, so I guess it is the teacher looking. So he's going to look to see if the teacher's looking, right? So the teacher is looking. So he goes like this, right? That is his action. So he feels, he thinks, and then he acts, right? All right, so then Freddie over here with ADHD, okay, ADHD neurobiologically is a lazy prefrontal cortex. It's not firing properly. That's why they use stimulants. We use supplements. If that doesn't work, we refer to a psychiatrist, all right? So if that's not firing, he's going to get the impulse. He's going to send a signal in nanoseconds to the frontal lobe, and he's going to get a response back saying, server busy. Okay? Right? All right, or maybe out to lunch. All right, so he's going to feel in nanoseconds. The feeling is going to be more intense because they're more passionate. They're very energized and passionate people. And that feeling is going to get so intense so quickly that because he's not getting a response, he's going to feel and act simultaneously. Go ahead, pull Nikkei's hair very nicely, carefully. Nikkei's going to what? Yeah, hey, right? And the teacher's looking where? Hey. Right at Freddie. And then Freddie's going to do what? He's going to point to Carter. And then Carter's going to be like, no, right? See, Freddie's going to say, Carter told me to do it. But Carter just said, wouldn't it be cool to pull her hair? Right? So then Freddie gets in trouble over and over again for the things that other kids, the same thing that Carter's doing. See, Carter would have done it. But why did he not do it? So the teacher was out of the room, the teacher was turned around, and then guess what? As the kids get older, they realize that Carter realizes what?
That Freddie will do it.
He can actually pull her hair, and the teacher will still blame who? He could point to Freddie. I don't do that. And then Freddie gets labeled, he gets blamed, and then he becomes a scapegoat, right? So does that help you guys get in the head of an ADHD student? Does that help you? Any light bulbs? Raise your hand. Any light bulbs? Okay, that's awesome. That's awesome. Let's give them a hand. Thank you, guys.